All right. Good morning, everybody. Uh, this is Tim from Tim's Performance Service Center in Tarpon Springs, Florida. I'm a small business owner. We fix and repair cars and trucks for people for over 40 years. So we've had Tim's for 15 years here in town. Everybody's watching what's going on. This is my protest beard. I'm a angry American. I'm watching like a made for TV movie with a terrible C plot script with terrible actors and a terrible script, and it's real. It's look at our government right now. We're going to let everybody in. A lot of them are known to have COVID. We're letting them in. We're not verifying too much about them. That's one problem. The tax situation is not going to get better for working Americans, the middle class. You're going to be taxed more to pay for the people that don't work and that need all the handouts. That doesn't set well with a guy like me that's had to work since he was 11 years old to buy his school clothes and everything else. I didn't go to college. I was never in the military. But I respect people that did go in the military and protect our country. Today, you talk to a young person, they don't want to go in the military. Most of them, they don't care nothing about our country as far as protecting it, having pride. It's a no contest feature with them. They just they're not of the age where like their fathers and their grandfathers that would fight for America. We've got things being talked about which boil down to like reparations. That will divide the country even further. People will be looking at each other with all kinds of like, what did I do? What did you do? Not good. But this is where we're going. Like I said, it's like a bad movie playing out right before our eyes. And it's so bad that we're numb. We just sit here and every day go, okay. But so far, the bottom hasn't fallen out. But if this administration keeps going the way they will, eventually it's got to crash the economy. And when that happens, you'll have a much more than a recession. You'll probably have a depression. And that takes years to come back out of that. So how did we get here? Some of you that voted for the administration that's in power right now, are you having any second thoughts when you watch and see unemployment rise by the hundreds of thousands weekly? Or are you sitting there going, wow, the other guy was mean. He said mean things, but we had a strong economy. We were selling oil to other countries. Now we're going to be buying oil from other countries. What the heck is going on? And how much are you willing to tolerate? So, short of a civil war, which nobody wants that, that's the last thing in the world people want. But there'll be a breaking point at some point in time where people say, I can't and I won't pay any more taxes. And what does that mean? You let the government take your property and tell you what to do, even more so than now. So here we are. We've got this administration in since January 20th. I don't think they've got a clue. Do you see the people they're putting in charge of your welfare and your health and everything? These are not people that I would let run a grocery store. Okay, so that's my opinion. But what are the rest of you seeing? You got a guy that identifies as a woman that now wants to let everybody play sports. Whether you're a man or woman, the bathroom thing is ridiculous. Just go on and on. Start thinking about what they're going to allow, what they're going to tolerate. I spoke about the immigration. I spoke about the tax situation. It's going to get ugly for you. So if they crash the economy, everybody's sitting there with a nice portfolio, 60, 70 years old thinking you can live out your life, you might not be able to. So, we got some serious problems coming up here. I don't know what else to tell you except that you got to vote these people out. You just got to stop and think that this is not the policies that we want. I know I don't want it, so that's why I'm doing this silly little video. I'm upset. I've been upset. I've watched the economy grow for the last 4 or 5 years. Term it what you want, but things have gotten pretty stable. Interest rates are low. You can hire people. You can grow your business. You can take care of your customers, and it all works. But if it starts going the other way, which they're knocking the foundation out of this structure every day, and once it collapses, it'll take a long time, take years to get back up on your feet. And people that are 65, 70 years old, they don't have that time. They'll die in poverty. Plus, their dream will be crushed. They worked all these years to have income to get them through to the end of the life thing. And, look at what cars cost. Look what food's going to cost. Energy's going to cost. You don't shut down the dinosaur plant just because you have some other options. You transition over a period of years. You improve. You make sure that this solar, wind, whatever you're going to use, natural gas, you make sure that it's interwoven into the infrastructure to where it works. Look what happened to Texas. It froze up. They had a 100-year storm come through there, and they had shut down the coal plant that provided energy to these homes. The homes weren't built for that type of weather, okay, unusual circumstances. But if they would have had the coal plant running, the grid wouldn't have collapsed. So it's common sense, folks. It's just a matter of, if you want to come up with something new that's better for the environment, make sure all the infrastructure's there. Make sure that it has a fail-safe, Don't just pop something in there because, we have the technology. You putting people out of work, you're hurting the economy. You're hurting people's lives. So, look at the unemployment rate just in the last 6 weeks. It's crazy. So, stop and think about it. Come up with a plan. Make your voice heard. Make sure that you understand. Our government lies to us. They'll tell you anything. They'll tell you that red is blue. And if you're dumb enough to believe it because you think that they know better than you do, trust yourself. You grew up, you know how to take a bath, you know how to feed yourself, but do you know how to go out and forage for food if you have to? Probably not. You shouldn't have to, but you might need to. So, crazy old man here sitting here in Tarpon Springs, just running his mouth. But I'm going to tell you something. I grew up, and at one time I was on welfare as a teenager with my mom, and wasn't good. The food was crappy. We ate it. We got by. We got off of welfare. It was something temporary. It wasn't a lifelong choice of the government giving us something all the time. Back then, they came to your house. They checked your refrigerator. If it would have been full of beer instead of food, they would cut you off. But today, there's none of that. They just give you money every month, money for children that you don't even know who the father was. I could go on and on and on. What are we doing? Is this just a bad movie? No, it's real. Do you like living like this? Do you like where it's going? If you do, I'm sorry I took your time if you watch this video. But if you don't like it, you better start telling people that you don't like it, because there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think they're talking about racial equality. They're doing more to divide us up into groups than they are. Everybody wearing a mask. I mean, did COVID kill people? Yeah. But so did the flu. So did everything else in this world that came through. We've never shut an economy down over something. They lied to us. A year ago, they were telling us if you got a little piece of spit in your respiratory system, you were going to die this horrible death within days. There's nothing they could do for you. A respirator probably wouldn't even help you. They lied to us. I mean, stop and think about it. Most people that have had COVID did pretty well with it, right? And then they're saying, well, I got to get this shot. What are they doing? They tell you the shot doesn't mean that you won't get it again or get it, but they scare you. They kind of get you in the mindset, well, I need to take care of this. It's like your patriotic duty. And these are the same people that won't go into service if called upon. They wouldn't fight for our country. So where are we doing? What are we going? What's going to be the outcome? Don't take solace in that I'm 70 years old and I'll be dead by the time all this comes to be. You know, you got children, grandchildren, and they're going to have children, but teach them the values. You know, I mean, it's America. We weren't the nicest people in the world. If anybody's got anything to bitch about, it should be the American Indians. We just about exterminated them, right? But so far, the only thing I heard is some Cherokee chief now doesn't want Jeep to keep using their name. I'm okay with that. But for somebody to say, I want reparations that has 5, 6 kids with different fathers and never got married, or they're just living off of welfare, what do we owe them? They never were a slave. I don't know anybody that owned slaves. They're going to divide us. You're going to be looking at people because of their skin color, and you're going to be giving them money. And who's going to be giving them the money? The people that have the different color skin. Does that make any sense? I've talked to a lot of people that are different skin color. They don't feel like they're owed anything. It's the radicals that they want what they have coming to them, whatever that means. Folks, I vented a little bit. I feel better. I feel like I just had a bowel movement, and now I'm going to go back to work and take care of my customers. But y'all need to start thinking about where this is going to go. Where are we heading? Boys are boys, girls are girls, right? If you don't like the gender that you were assigned by God, I don't know. I mean, bullying. You know how we dealt with bullying when I was a kid? Your mom and dad said, Johnny just punched you in the mouth and now you're afraid of him? Uh-huh. Then you go out there and you straighten it out with him right now. Otherwise, your whole life's going to be like that. And usually within 10 or 15 minutes, me and that guy were having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and we were either lifelong friends or we never spoke to each other again. You know, we handled it because our parents taught us how to handle a bully. Okay? They didn't have to get involved. They just said, go back out there and you deal with it right now. We don't do that no more. We're like getting teachers involved. We're getting people involved that they don't care about your kids. That's your kid. So if your kid grows up and he doesn't know what bathroom to go in, go look in the mirror. You're the problem. Okay? I got to shut up. I'm really starting to get really upset about things. So have a good day, folks. I love everybody and I hope everybody's doing well, but we got some problems out there that are just stupid problems that could be fixed very easily. Till next time that I can't stand it no more, this is Tim saying bye.